Notification volume 0%.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Blindformers. I am your host, Blind Prime, and for today I have for you Transformers Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Constructacon Mixmaster. As you can see, I have him here in his robot mode. He is a weird looking guy. He's got some cool details about the smokestacks that are on either side of his head and the cool little kick pad thingies that trucks set down to stop themselves from flipping over sideways. Little kickstand things. And he's got an odd looking head. I'll discuss him more in our review videos, but this is just going to be for transformation. He is height-wise 20 studs tall at his head and 23 studs tall at the top of his backpack, which is the front of a cement mixer, which he transforms into his alternate mode. Here is Bumblebee with him. Bumblebee stands almost head-to-head with him. Bumblebee and Mixmaster's heads are almost on the same plane. It's just that Mixmaster is a little bit taller. Let's set Bumblebee off to the side here. As you can see, Bumblebee actually, like, Mixmaster's claw hand here is pretty crazy. He can actually just grab your Bumblebee, like, hello little guy, what's up? Rah. Get out of here, Bumblebee. Okay. Transformation-wise on this guy, it's pretty crazy. Before we get into it, I'm going to discuss some stuff that you need to know whenever you get this guy in the packaging. In the packaging, two of his cement mixer parts will actually be outside of the robot. They'll be part of the accessories. You'll have to get them and click them into place. They're pretty easy to click into place. They're the mixers on the shoulders of this guy. And they will click into place pretty simply, one on each side, and it's hard to miss where they go. And then the other accessory that comes with him is the front of this truck. And the front of his truck mode. I'm sure we'll get it out of here. Come on, there it goes. This is a part that comes with the figure as an accessory. There's the part of the Devastator head. We'll see more of that on the Devastator head, or the Devastator episode. And then that just clicks into his mouth and gets held in there by closing the jaws. Oh, I screwed it up. There we go. Alright. Got to make sure those wheels have enough freedom to move, and there's nothing going to be dragging whenever you plug that in. So, let's get to his transformation. It's actually pretty simple, yet difficult. I'd say it's more annoying than difficult. So, first off, you want to go ahead and move both of his arms backwards on their little hinges so that you can rotate the smokestacks down. Each smokestack rotates, and you want to leave these things, the kickstands for the vehicle. It's two little kickstands that will be on the other side of the vehicle. Move them more towards the center for now, closer to his head. They will... that just is going to keep them out of the way. After you've done that, move the truck forward. So the truck backpack is on its own little hinge, and it will move forward. And as you move forward, make sure that both of the little kickstand thingies don't get in the way of that, but still stay out of the way of everything else. They are a little annoying in the beginning. One of the annoying factors about this transformation. So once you've moved that all the way forward, you will notice that the head actually slips underneath it. Naturally, you don't have to do much to make that happen, which is nice. I am a bit lazy and enjoy when things like that happen. So next up, we want to make sure that we have lined the legs up properly. At the moment, the legs are a bit too far apart, so each thigh has a different hinge, similar to the Siege Seeker mold, and these individual hinges can be pushed down on each side. It may take a bit of effort because they kind of click into place. So make sure that you got both of them hinged down and clicked into place. This will allow both of the legs to ride next to each other, really close. Ensure that the flat part that is at the front of the lower leg is on the same plane as the front wheels of the truck. So it's underneath everything. It's going to be the undercarriage of the vehicle. And both of the feet will just fold up, where they will fold halfway into this the negative zone on the back of the lower legs, and they will fold into a right angle. So there'll be a nice right angle. This is actually going to be the area that holds the majority of the cement mixer. Moving on. Now we can do this crazy arm stuff. It mostly just folds backwards on hinges. You just have to make sure that you have lined up the hinges so that the fuel tank on this truck is in its proper location. And also you may need to rotate it because the wheels may be in the wrong spot. You want to make sure that the hubcaps are on the exterior and the big port is on the interior. So hubcaps out, ports in. And make sure that you rotate the top bit, the part of the mixer that isn't connected to the arm except to be part of the shoulder and has this little floppy thing in it. You want to make sure that you rotate that one differently than you rotate the rest of the arm. Once you've done that, you can then rotate the wheels so that they face downwards, and this little bit of mixer that made up the forearm is rearing and ready to go. Ensure that the hand is picked up as far as it will go because it's going to sit on the inside of these feet. So lower the feet for now. We don't want them getting in the way at the moment. Now, there it goes. So once you've lined up the mixer portions and you've raised that hand, the entire arm assembly that is now going to be the side of the truck should fit into a couple of ports that are located down the leg. Now we move on to the other arm and we follow the same steps. Make sure that rotation occurs so that the top Mixmaster bit that has the cement flume connected to it is at the top above where the arms will be, and it's going to slide like the other one over top of everything, and it's going to want to just kind of connect whenever you get this part taken care of, but we're not connecting it yet because we're still moving things out of the way. We've got this part of the cement mixer, the lower end, which is right above where the hands go. Make sure that hand is facing upwards because we don't want it to be in front of the toes. And then you want to make sure that you run your hands down the sides and hear those clicks. Those are good snaps. Raise both of the feet so that they are appropriate with the legs, and that wasn't quite a good enough snap because nothing's still connected. But now we are in the home run, or the home stretch. That's it. We're in the home stretch for this guy. Because once this cement mixer goes into play and everything connects on it, everything in this guy will connect and stay together. The cement mixer is the kingpin to him, but you have to make sure that you have connected the wheels to their proper ports on the lower legs. And so the back wheels, the double wheels, have to get connected properly or else this thing will fall apart. It is very finicky. Most studio series are about the way you make the connections happen. Now we will connect the two tall cement mixer bits together. They will make their own little connection, and they're going to act as kind of a lid, where this lid will close down on the rest of the back of the figure and connect everything. So you first want to make sure that you've lined up all of the bits. Make sure that the feet are in their proper spots and the hands are in their proper spots, and lay the two lower pieces of the cement mixer close to each other on their hinges, and ensure that there's no overlap and that they are mirroring one another perfectly, because whenever we connect this last bit, everything will get connected pretty well together. Now, before we finish this connection, it's important to not forget to bring out the two kickstand pieces I explained that were on his chest. They will help stabilize these arms a bit better and ensure that their connections are a bit more solid. We still have a problem with one of these arms. It is still not wanting to connect, and that is a shame. But we can do it if we try. So let's just keep at it. All right, raise up both of the hands. Ensure that all this method is happening. Now we're going to lower the bin down to this level to connect it to the lower bit of the transformer. This is the part that I described as the transformation is annoying. None of this stuff wants to connect together. They did not do as solid of connector points and ports as I wish they had. They do skimp out on the ports with these Studio Series guys, in my experience. Especially with this particular Constructacon series. So now that you have connected everything together, kind of hold it in place with one hand because it's going to try and break apart. And with one of your fingers, push the feet up and solidly connect them. Like, just make sure there's some bracing done there. Because what we're doing now is we're trying our best to get these lower bits of the mixer together without disconnecting any other parts of the mixer. And this part is definitely not fun. This part is not fun at all. Nothing wants to connect together. I almost wish for the Combiner Wars Mixmaster, because that mixing thing at least was one piece and you didn't have to worry about trying your best to make sure everything connected. Once you have your mixers in line, hold it steady with one hand while you try to connect everything together with the other, because you don't want it to pop back out of place. Each of the hands should have folded into stand on either side of this, and these feet should fold inwards like so. There it goes, and come on, foot, don't be a dastard. There it goes, and this other foot goes in like that. Come on, come on, you can do it. Come on. Why are you fighting me on this? It's literally the last part. This guy will fight you the entire way. He does not like transforming. He hates it. He is the exact opposite of Tarn. But there you go. Alright. Here we have Mixmaster in his crazy form. These feet that fold up actually kind of become a platform to hold up the flume that the cement will be poured out of. These wheels still haven't connected properly. I swear to you, all these steps are correct. It's just, I don't want to spend another 10 minutes trying to make sure all the ports are connected. And that is important. I'm trying not to waste your time and get you all the information. So, here's the measurements for him in vehicle mode. He is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 studs long, and he is 8 studs wide at his widest. Here is his comparison with Cliff Jumper here. Cliff Jumper stretches from the front of the truck to the front of the mixer on the back, and then from the back of the truck to the front of the mixer on the back. So, this guy's 2 Cliff Jumpers long, almost exactly. Anyway, guys, this is a transformer I would not recommend to people unless you're trying to do Devastator. He is not a fun transformation, very low on the funness scale, as you just witnessed. He is very high on the annoyance scale. I'd give him an annoyance level of 8 on how annoying all these little ports are. I really wish they'd given us some more solid connections, like in Siege, where you can actually hear clicks whenever you've achieved an accomplishment. This guy just takes a lot of time. So his transformation's not that complicated. It's definitely a 5, and it would have been more complicated if they had done some more interesting things, but it's basically laying the arms and legs down next to each other. And the complexity from this thing comes from the annoyance of getting all the small little ports in the right spots. I really wish they had come up with a better process, or maybe included some ratchets to assist you in the way of doing this, but I'll talk more about this guy in the review. But anyway, this is Blindformers, and you've been watching Blind Prime. And please comment below with any questions or suggestions you may have for the channel. I love to hear your comments, and I love to talk to you guys. But until next Prime, bye-bye.